What is good, YouTube? In today's video we're going to talk about the right culture that you want to have inside of your school. So it's gonna be around, alright, do this to get that many students or any of that stuff. It's actually about what kind of culture you want to have inside of your school so you'll get the best results for your school at the end of the day. Anyways, before we start, I would just want you to define your own culture at your school. Like, what culture at the moment do you want to have with your school? Like, are you certain about that already, or are you maybe like, well, I kind of think that this culture would be great, but I'm not 100% certain. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't really know. Like, just try to define it for yourself. And obviously, like, this video is here to help you with that and to define it even more. But let's get started. So, what I'm not gonna say, I don't mean it in any political sense, but basically, you have to ask yourself: do you want to have an authoritarian gym or a libertarian gym? And basically, authoritarian like just means, let's say this instructor says something, it has to be done like this, or the instructor doesn't want to be called by their first name, last name, whatever. They only want to be called sensei or anything else, whatever, depending on what martial arts you do, obviously. Um, in a libertarian gym, on the other hand, it's more like, well, like when you look at the class, like you're not 100% sure who is not the instructor here, and like when the instructor says something, it's like still being taken serious, but it's more like, yeah, all right, we're gonna do that, and then it's like the instructor can be called by their first name or whatsoever. And it's like, it's just, those are like basically the two different extremes, so to speak, and then we have two different other extremes. So one extreme of this would be here, and one extreme would be down here, and then we have two other extremes. One would be over here, and one would be over here. So here we have the authoritarian gym. Here we have the libertarian gym. Over here we would then have the well, let me just not get this confused. So over here we would then have a process-orientated gym, and over here we would have a result-orientated gym. Result-orientated, I mean, that's pretty simple. Result-orientated gym means it doesn't matter like what you do whatsoever, how you call the instructor, whatever. The only thing that matters is that you actually get results. What was the other one again? Process-orientated gym basically just means, well, as long as you stick to the traditions and all of that, it doesn't really matter how good you are as long as you do that. Like, for example, a BJJ gym that's completely result orientated, they maybe do no gi classes, and they just like they are just focused on, right, we want to get forward, we want to get better with our classes. And process orientated gym would rather focus on, I don't know, the transitions, on always wearing gi, on maybe they have Japanese pictures on the wall, whatever it is. So basically, I want you to define this for yourself. And probably what you also have to remember is that you don't want to be in one extreme too much. From whatever that's called. Like, you probably want to be somewhere here in the middle. I hope this makes sense. So over here we have the result-orientated gym. Over here we have the process-orientated gym. Over here we have the authoritarian gym, and over here we have the liberal gym. And I want you to just be right here in the middle. I mean, hopefully it does make sense to you, but you basically don't want to be into one extreme too much. I mean, sure, if you want to, then obviously do it. But if you want to get the most students, which to a certain degree is the goal, not only financially, but also to just serve as many people as possible in the area and to bring them your martial art as close as possible, it's probably best to be somewhere in the middle and to just focus on everything. But I still want you to ask yourself, like answer this question for yourself. Do you want your dojo to more be focused on making good competitors, like, and making good competitive fighters? Or is it more so that you focus on the traditions and that, like, it doesn't really matter if you produce that many great fighters? What's more mattering to you is just the tradition of the martial art. Like, just answer these questions for yourself. And there is obviously not right or wrong here, but you have to answer these questions for yourself if you really want to be successful with your school. I know today's a little shorter video, but hope that's fine. It's basically just a message I want to get across for you. So really ask yourself, what culture do you want to have in your school? If you want students for your school, check out the first link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.